What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday, whatever day of the week it is. Good to see everybody. If you guys are watching the replay, curious how to get started on Amazon, all that good stuff, just dive through the channel. I got a free course, all that kind of stuff for you guys to check out. And then we also have the annual sale on Boxum still going on right now. So make sure you guys check that out. If you make shipments, want to know what your business is making, make FBM listings, anything like that, all of the admin tasks Boxum can handle for you. And it's on sale for Cyber Monday. So let me know what questions you guys have as well about selling on Amazon. Been doing it for 6 years now. Over here on TikTok and on YouTube here today. So let me know what questions you guys have. A lot of the Cyber Monday sales are still going. Like they keep adding an extra day to the sales over and over again. So there's continually lots of good stuff to source this week. We spent a lot of money this week on some good profitable items. Still lots to take advantage of. And then we're also getting into the peak of the holiday demand. So I've been getting questions on, how should we be selling things, what products to sell, that kind of thing. Try to FBM as many items as possible this time of year. Basically, it's too late for any FBA or anything like that. And yeah, Alex, you're asking about profit per FBM item. So like it's going to be mostly the same standards. If you're doing any FBM packaging, you'll just plug it into like a cost estimator kind of thing. And then after you actually plug it into SellerAmp to guesstimate how much the shipping is going to cost, just make like $3 or $4 a unit on those FBM sales. What up, Joe? How does engagement feel? Good, man. Good. Thank you. I'll see you in a couple days, Joe. What do you need to invest to start practicing? Yeah, so I started selling on Amazon with about $1,500. That's like every dollar I had to my name. And I just sold like cheap stuff. So like used books, anything that was like kind of old laying around that I didn't really need anymore. Going to thrift stores, that kind of thing. And if you have at least like, $1,500, $2,000, I would probably just jump straight into selling name brand stuff. So go hit like your local Ross or Marshalls. You'll see a ton of like name brand stuff that you can just scan and immediately see what it's selling for on SellerAmp. It's a really easy way to get kind of the hands-on experience there. Not the most scalable way, because obviously you have to like actually go to the store and look at what's going on. You're driving around, that kind of thing. But it's the easiest way to kind of get hands-on experience, right? How much do you start with? I started with about $1,500 tomato. Yeah, and I see a bunch of you guys hopping in here on TikTok. So my name's Warner. I've been selling on Amazon for about 6 years now. I sell name brand stuff that you can buy from big websites like Target, Walmart, Kohl's, all that kind of thing, right? And then I just turn around and flip that on Amazon using like discounts, all that kind of thing. I don't do like Alibaba or wholesale. I do like a little bit of wholesale, but it's 99, probably 95% just buying from big retail websites and flipping that on Amazon. And as you guys are coming in, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I see lots of good questions rolling in. And then if you guys also want some more free resources, up in my bio on TikTok here, or you guys over on YouTube, you can check out my free course. And then there's also like a free Discord community, all that kind of thing. Tons of free resources. Don't spend $1 million trying to learn how to sell on Amazon. You can learn a lot of it for free. Sweet. So what questions you guys got? What would be your first 10 action steps? That is a lot, Brittany. I'll give you the first couple steps, right? You just need to start quickly seeing what other people are having success selling. So I'll open up SellerAmp. I'll click on other storefronts that are selling brands that I know are on sale today. So for example, there's a clothing brand called like Nautica that any of you guys can get ungated to sell it, and they had an awesome sale going on. So I was diving into the stores of people who sell that brand, and that uncovered a ton of profitable items that we were able to buy and sell on Amazon. Did you spend any of that money on ads? No. So you don't have to spend any money on ads because the products are already selling, right? So I buy big name brand stuff that people are already buying, and that way you don't have all the confusion of creating a product and marketing and all that kind of thing. You don't have to worry about buying ads. You just use it's a tool called SellerAmp. And SellerAmp shows you what products are already selling, and then you just find like a coupon, cash back, that kind of thing that makes the profit for you, basically. Do you have a team that sources for you? Yeah, I do now. Yeah, I have a team of 8 people that find all the products, they buy all the products, and then I have a prep center that receives all the products and ships it to Amazon for me. So I spend about 30 minutes or so a day on the business. Yeah, and I don't need a warehouse, Mauser. Good question. So I partner with a third-party warehouse called a Prep Center, and I ship everything to them. And it costs like $1 to any, depending on the Prep Center, it's going to cost anywhere from $1 to $2 per unit that you ship them. All drop shipping. So no, you don't do drop shipping on Amazon. Drop shipping is against the rules, and you will get banned if you do drop shipping. What you do is as long as you buy the items that are already selling and you ship them into Amazon yourself, you have to actually like possess them. You can't just drop ship basically. Let's see. When you buy items to get ungated, what do you do with the items? Yeah, Willie. So whenever you're getting ungated, just get ungated selling products that are already profitable. So like whenever I'm going out sourcing, I don't typically even pay attention to what we're gated in, because I know that if I am able to buy it profitably, I'll just take that invoice and submit that to Amazon to get approved. So there's no reason to like lose money or anything like that while you're getting ungated, basically. What branch did you target first for ungating? Yeah, Brittany. So that's a good question. I have a video where I'm specifically sourcing brands that are auto ungated to new Amazon sellers. So I would check that out, Brittany. There's a few brands in there. And then I also have a list of over 1,000 brands that you can try on your account to try to get auto ungated. It's going to vary depending on your account. But that's down below over on TikTok. If you want to see that auto ungated brand list, it's up in my bio. But I would also start with that video where just look up Fields of Profit auto ungated, and it'll be a video of me sourcing brands that anyone can sell, basically. Let's see. You started last year, hit 2,000 sales. That's 200,000 in sales. Awesome. Yeah. Private label is great too. I don't do much private label. Actually, I don't do any private label. But that's awesome, man. Keep it up. I'm sure you can crush that sales goal next year too. Transition from eBay, loving it because you're ungated in most like used books. Do you have any suggestions of place? Oh, interesting. If you're trying to like specifically source books, then you got to get a little bit creative after hours. So probably like I used to do pretty well buying used books on eBay, and then flipping those on Amazon. It's a little bit more expensive, but like I would buy like textbooks out of season. Every year the price goes up on those textbooks, and I'd sell it during January or August. That's something you can do sourcing at home, basically. Why not have your own warehouse? Because I don't want to work so hard that I reinvent a job that I have to go to every day, right? I'm fine with making a little bit less money to pay other people to run the warehouse for me. So I just use a third-party warehouse, basically. But yeah, lots of people definitely do have a warehouse, and that's a great way to do it too. But that's just not how I like to do it, right? You should run your business for whatever makes sense for you, right? For me, I don't want to start a business that I have to drive to a warehouse and manage people and all that kind of thing every day, all day, right? If that's what you want to do and you want to make more profit because you do that, then awesome. It's your business. Do what makes sense for you. How much money do you need? At least $1,000 to get started. Yeah. How long you been doing this? About 6 years. About 6 years. So I started selling in September of 2018. Sweet. You have what up, Joe? You have a warehouse. It's a love-hate relationship. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes having a warehouse is fun. Sometimes it's not. A lot more hate. Yeah, exactly. Sweet. Let's see. Yeah. You only work 30 minutes a day. So yeah, random. So that's on the actual Amazon business. Obviously, I'm doing lots of other projects. I'd get pretty bored if I was only working 30 minutes a day. But as far as Amazon goes, I'm kind of just making sure that the team is spending good money. They're nice and trained. If anybody needs any help with anything, I'll tune in and help them out. But yeah, it's just kind of oversight, and then a lot of my team is handling the actual day to day. What dollar amount of sales you have to get before things auto ungate? So you'll be able to get a lot of brands auto ungated right away. So just look up like Fields of Profit auto ungated. You'll see a video of me looking through some brands that should be auto ungated for you. And then as far as just like getting a bunch of random brands, for me, once I sold like $5,000 or $10,000, I started getting a lot more categories and brands auto ungated without having to do any of the like invoicing and stuff like that. How much you make off the sales? Yeah, so I shoot for about 10% margin because I have most of the business outsourced. Somebody who does a lot of the work themselves is probably going to be closer to like 15 or 20% margin. And that's, both of those are higher than pretty much any typical retail businesses as well. So you never knew how to use SellerAmp. So luckily you can look up like SellerAmp tutorial on YouTube. If you guys are curious on how to get started with all this stuff, up in my bio here on TikTok, there's a free course you can start with. It's like 3 hours of videos and a free community. You can start coming in asking questions. I'm there pretty much every day answering questions as well. You guys on YouTube, that's going to be down below in the description. So I would start there if you need like a kind of free course to get going with everything. For variations, you saw the higher rating. So yeah, look at the variations tab on Keepa and see which ones are recently gaining ratings. And that's the one that I'll focus on. Hello from Appleton. What's up? What's up, Susan? I spend a lot of the year in Madison, so it's not too far. I like it up there. How much money does it take to start? At least $1,000. Yeah. Did you go through transparency program to be the sole seller? So I sell only other name brand items. So I buy from big retail websites, sometimes some wholesaler stuff like that. So I don't have to create marketing, worry about some Chinese knockoff happening, that kind of thing, right? That's a big issue with like private label making your own product right now. How do you find products to sell on Amazon? Yeah, Alicia. So the basic explanation is figure out what's on sale today, and then go and look at the Amazon storefronts of people who are selling that brand that you know is cheap today. So for example, like Cyber Monday, there's a ton of beauty brands that have sales going on today. Lots of vitamins, anything like that, right? Go to the sellers who sell those products. You'll use a tool called Seller Amp. That tool helps you like look through the storefronts and see what people are selling. And then you can compare back to that sale that's going on. It's a good question. You probably just want to see that in action. So go watch some YouTube videos on the Fields of Profit YouTube channel. Up in the bio, there's also some good resources for you. How much do you need to make to profit $2K a month? I mean, yeah, it's gonna be up to you. Like if whatever makes sense for you to like quit the 9 to 5, that's a very personal decision. But a typical like profit breakdown, for every $1 that you spend, you're gonna generate about 30 cents in profit. So about a 30% ROI. So if you want to make $2,000 profit a month, you're probably spending $6,000 at least on inventory. So that ROI makes sense, right? And that probably sounds really intimidating if you're brand new. I know it definitely did for me when I was getting started. But like for example, we spent just shy of $10,000 yesterday alone on good products to sell. So at first, it's definitely going to be it can be challenging, but it's just kind of putting in the reps, kind of getting that experience, looking at products that kind of makes it a lot easier over time. Somewhere you can get a good shipping template for Q4. Yeah, Shelly. So look up Fields of Profit FBM on YouTube. And there's a nice like full FBM guide with templates and all that kind of stuff for you. Let's see. Yeah, Jared. So yeah. So if you spend $1 on products, you make 30 cents in profit, right? So let's say you have $1,000 right now, you sell it all, you have $1,300 then, right? And you just keep growing that snowball. So then you have $1,300, you spend the $1,300, and then it turns into, I don't know what the math is on that. I should have chosen easier numbers, like I don't know, 1,700 or whatever that works out. I think it is probably 1,700. I think. Yeah, and that's just kind of how it works. Basically, you can make money selling products, or you can make money selling time. That's basically the two ways to make money. And if you sell time, it's a lot higher margin, but obviously you're there every single day. So if you want to work 24/7, you can sell your time for higher margin in like a service-based industry. But for those of y'all that understand like how to compound money and kind of understand the value there, then Amazon is probably the right decision for you. How much did you spend to start? Yeah, $1,500 is what I started with. So I spent $1,500 on like used books and just like cheap inventory that I could get my hands on 6 years ago. And then I've just naturally kind of snowballed that into now doing a couple million a year in sales. How do you determine how much to reinvest, how much to keep? That is also a very, it's a good question, but it's just kind of up to you. It's a very like personal decision there. For me, I started pulling a salary from the business, a couple years in, just because I was living on like scholarship and that kind of thing. So if you want to, you got to have it to be your only income or something like that, then probably make sense a little bit sooner. Yeah, so I sell 2.5 million a year. I don't make 2.5 million. You'll see a lot of people on Instagram that'll claim like, I sold, $1 million. I made $1 million. I'll like try to make those things equivalent. Is very much not the case. I don't do any personal coaching right now, random dude. Just focused on making as much free content as possible, and helping Seller Amp and Boxum users make as much money as possible. Let's see. I've heard the name before, Susan. What's the best products to sell right now? Yeah, good question. So right now it's like the top season for selling on Amazon. There is a ton of things selling right now. Specifically, just think about anything that's giftable, anything that people are going to be putting under the Christmas tree, right? So I'm selling everything from like toys, makeup, shoes, clothes, chocolates, all that kind of thing, right? So just think about anything that people give as gifts. That's what's selling pretty well right now. And then also a lot of like the Cyber Monday sales are still going. They'll probably end here in the next day or two though. So you definitely want to take advantage of those. It's like the cheapest inventory is all year. We just spent more money this week than we have, versus any other week of the year. It's just really, really easy right now. So if you're kind of serious about this, today is a good day to go out and try to start looking for some products. Let's see. One of your products isn't eligible for featured offer. Yeah, so sometimes Amazon thinks like your price is too high or something like that. Amazon wants people to sell things for cheaper and not make profit, right? You want to make profit, obviously. So most of the time when Amazon tells you like lower your prices and stuff, you can just ignore it. Not sure what you mean. As far as the Discord stuff goes, do you have Discord? You can talk more. Yeah. So if you guys want a free community, that's like, honestly, that's the biggest thing that helped me. I was kind of doing Amazon on my own. I was, just kind of learning the ropes on my own. And I got to like 20 or 30K a month in sales and just kind of got stuck there for a little bit. As soon as I started meeting other Amazon sellers who are kind of at the same level, sharing ideas, some people I could bounce ideas off of, within 6 months, I built it up to $150,000 in a month, right? So that's like the unfortunate, uncomfortable part is I know a lot of you guys, you don't want to get out of the comfort zone. You want to have to like talk to other people, but that is like one of the biggest things. So if you want like a free space to meet other Amazon sellers, up in my bio, you can check out the Amazon Launchpad. That's our free Discord. There's just shy of 60,000 Amazon sellers in there too. So lots of people to chat with. No, Joe. So Boxum is the software that you'll use for listing items on Amazon, making FBA shipments, making FBM listings, tracking your profit, all the back end tasks. And it also makes it all really fast. So it's one of the tools that you'll get right from the jump. So Boxum, Seller Amp, and Keepa, those are the 3 softwares that you need. Those are all combined less than $100 a month. So that's kind of the tools that you need for the job. And Boxum actually has a Black Friday sale going on right now. So you can jump on the Boxum Black Friday sale. Just go to boxum.com/join. You can kind of see how all that works. Sweet. Sellers coming in, price tanking. Yeah. So if you're buying items and the prices are going down, it's not because of like price tanking or anything like that. It just means you weren't quite good enough at sourcing that item. So you need to think about what coupons can I add? What sales can I wait for? What discounted gift cards can I buy? Cash back, loyalty rewards programs, that kind of thing, right? So a lot of times when it looks like someone's price tanking, they just were a little bit better at sourcing and were able to get a lower price point. I do a little bit of calls by the hour, Joseph. You can check out in the description down below. Where do you source your products from? So big retail websites, right? Big like newbalance.com and target.com, Kohl's.com, vitacost.com, big websites like that, basically. Saw a video requiring 100 units. Yeah, you can ignore that. Just submit 10. Yeah. I've been seeing that and just continuing to submit 10, and it hasn't changed anything yet. One of the big things to remember as far as selling on Amazon goes is that it tends to reward people who just kind of go for it. They take action. They're not kind of overthinking things, and it's always worth testing things out, right? So that's kind of the big thing there. Investment timeline. Yeah. So if you're trying to figure out like based on how much money you have now, how much you can have in the future, go play around with the compound interest calculator. And keep in mind that if you do Amazon FBM, where you ship direct to customer, you can grow your money by 30% every 4 to 6 weeks. And if you do FBA, it's going to be everywhere from one turn of your inventory every 6 to 10 weeks. So just kind of figure out how long it takes for you to hit your goals there. Just OA. So it's like 95% OA. Yeah. Every now and then I'll do the occasional wholesale order, but pretty much all just OA, buying from big retail websites and stuff. That's a crazy one, Joseph. I like it. I hope that's real. Does Boxum replace? Yeah. So you don't need that software anymore, Quick. So you can use Boxum to track your profit. And that software also doesn't let you create shipments either. So it's kind of like half the tool that Boxum is. Let's see. Price taking exists. Volume isn't gonna. That's also a good point. Yeah. That's also one of those things, like the faster something sells, the more kind of risk you can take on it, right? So maybe it's a little bit lower profit, that kind of thing, right? Let's see. What's up, Joe? I saw a corn. I have no idea what that means, but I think that's a couple pennies or something like that. So, so thank you, man. KDP better for beginners. So KDP is like you like make books and that kind of thing. That's fine. You're never gonna hit the same kind of numbers that you can hit with like actually selling items. Just because, yeah, unless you're going crazy and shooting out a ton of designs and stuff, it's not really that scalable. How do you join the free Discord? Yeah, Jared. So up in my bio, all of you guys, if you want to learn all this stuff for free, get a free community. It's called the Amazon Launchpad. You guys can check that out. It's a free community, free course, all that kind of thing. Does Amazon accept receipts for Section 3? Yeah. So obviously, I do this every day, all day. I've helped thousands of people do the same thing as well. And I wouldn't be sitting on here if you weren't able to use receipts and stuff with inauthenticity on Amazon. A lot of them like specifically say like wholesale invoice, retail invoice, that kind of thing on the documents as well. Let's see. You really want to try OA? Yeah. Get after it, Joseph. Is there a difference between seller's permit and reseller certificate? That's probably just like Carl. Every state calls it something different. So it's probably just like whatever your state specifically calls the resale permit. Yeah. Let's see. Calling a retailer asking for 1,000 units. You can, Beck. Yeah. So any tips on calling a retailer asking for 1,000 units? Never tried that before. Yeah. So you can. There's actually a couple retail websites where if you call and ask for like a bulk program, they'll sell to you. It just depends on the website. Like one of the other big things to keep in mind is like the worst that can happen in most cases is that they tell you no, right? Like you call and ask to buy a whole bunch of products, or you try to submit, an invoice that maybe meets the requirements. The worst they can do is tell you no, right? So that's kind of one of the big things to think about. 2.0. Yeah, exactly, Ashley. Yep. Let's see. Do you think brands will open applications soon? So there's like there's thousands of brands that are accepting applications right now. So I'm not sure what you're specifically talking about there, Liz. If you're trying to figure out like what brands you can sell right now without even applying, on YouTube, look up Fields of Profit auto ungated sourcing, and you can see me source brands that anyone can get auto ungated to sell pretty much right away. Let's see. You have some books that have writing on them. How does that hurt the value? You'll just change it to like acceptable used condition. It didn't really change too much back in the day when I was selling a lot of books. Yeah. Let's see. You're new to Amazon. Would you say selling toys is more risky than vitamins as far as IP complaints? Not necessarily. So if you're worried about like IP complaints and account health issues, that kind of thing, the big thing is just look at the new seller chart on SellerAmp, and you can see, maybe there was 50 sellers on the listing, and then overnight it dropped to like 5, where the brand started kicking people off. That'd be the only thing to look out for there. Yeah, there's brands in every category that you can sell. There's also brands in every category that you can't. What does that even mean, JL? If you've been it's like the dudes on TikTok that for some reason have piles of cash. If you're an Amazon seller with piles of cash, then you are not doing it correctly, because you should have that cash invested in inventory or in some stocks, some boring stuff, right? The GOAT, appreciate you, Beck. Appreciate you. I'll get a coffee or two with the $10 there. Appreciate you, man. First super chat. Yeah, exactly. Appreciate you. Having trouble getting ungated by companies. Yeah, so anytime you want to sell a new brand, just go on Seller Central, type in the brand name, and if it says apply to sell, you just need an invoice from any legitimate online retailer, wholesaler, anything like that. So yeah, no reason to overthink that too much. Can you use AliExpress for ungating? So AliExpress is like if you're trying to create your own brand and you slap a label on it, you make a listing, that kind of thing. If you're buying from AliExpress and it's like fake Nikes, or like none of the name brand stuff you're buying on AliExpress is real. So if you try to sell that on Amazon, you'll get banned like very, very quickly. So don't try to use that if you're trying to sell name brand stuff. What products do you sell? Anything that's giftable. So this time of year, it's toys, clothes, shoes, makeup, chocolates, all that kind of thing, right? In the new year, it'll probably be a little bit more like vitamins and stuff like that people will be kind of into for January. Probably a little bit more like running shoes, gym shoes, that kind of thing, right? But at the end of the day, like it doesn't really matter what products you buy because you're just buying good data. And that's where like SellerAmp comes into play. So you just look at the data on SellerAmp, see that it sells well, not too many sellers, that kind of thing. Yeah, you'll just dive in from there. What's the best way to start? So the long answer, I have a full free course up here in my bio. It's a YouTube video and a full free course you can download called the Amazon Launchpad. Short answer is look at what products are on sale today. Look at what the people who sell those products have already sourced in that brand using SellerAmp, and then compare those two things, right? So you find a good sale on a popular brand that lots of Amazon sellers are on. You compare that back to a storefront that's already found a lot of those good items. You can just kind of cross compare, right? Very interesting, Joseph. How do you prove you bought the unit? So you'll upload an invoice from wherever you bought it from. If you box them in SellerAmp, should you stop using? Yeah, Zakine. So you box them will do everything that other software does already. Yeah. Should you stop doing FBA and FBM for the rest of the year? Yeah, I would do as much FBM for the rest of the year as possible. Just because that is like anything you FBA right now, it's not going to check in until after the Christmas rush is over. So you can sell it FBM right now. You might as well. Way more listings are friendly to being sold via FBM, meaning just shipping it directly out to customers. FBA are waiting for check-in times and stuff like that. So you might as well make money now instead of making money later, right? FBA a lot in the new year though. Last year did 32K in December. This year at 12K 4 days in. That's what's up, Tony. Good work. 12K 4 days in. Good work there. That's awesome. How can you check restricted products in SellerAmp? Yeah, so if you're using SellerAmp, you can look at the product, and as long as you're logged into Seller Central, like on another tab or something, it'll say eligible, yes or no. And then if it says no, you can go try to ungate that brand as well. No need. So as far as the software you need, son, Keepa and SellerAmp, those are both $20 a month, and they are how you source products. And then Boxem right now is on a Black Friday sale for $38 a month. So definitely take advantage of that. And that's how you list products, track your profit, all the like back end tasks that you basically kind of need to keep an eye on. And it also makes like creating shipments. You're also able to use 2D barcodes through Boxem, which is like it's a little bit of a higher level thing, but it doesn't take any extra work. And when you put it on those FBA box labels, it helps you make sales when it gets to Amazon a couple days faster. So that's been one thing that's kind of sped up my my cash flow. And all those three things together are less than $100 a month too. So nice that it's not super high overhead. Let's see. Do you stay away from products that Amazon is on? Sometimes. What you want to look for is on the buy box statistics. See if Amazon has a lot of the buy box. So it'll be like a little pie chart on SellerAmp. It'll show you of the last 90 days, what % of the sales is going to Amazon, everybody else, right? And then, if Amazon's sharing the sales, you can go for it. Congrats on the proposal. Appreciate you, boat man. Yeah, it's been a fun week. Got engaged last week. How can your fiance do this? She wants a side hustle. Yeah, Duncan. So I got a bunch of free resources for you up in my bio. Send her the free course that's in my bio, and she can dive into that. It's a couple hours. It teaches you everything you need to know. But the big thing is learn for free in a couple hours. And then just go practice the skill. Like a lot of people, they'll get trapped in, they'll watch YouTube videos for like 50 hours and, they're always studying and they're going to start the next day. Right. So learn the basics and then just go set aside a little bit of money that you can afford to lose, worst case, a couple $100, that kind of thing. Learn some beginner mistakes, take some swings at products. And it will, that'll be the best way to teach you basically. What's up, Amanda? Good to see you. You've been doing some Walmart stuff lately, right? I saw you've been crushing on Walmart. Go get ungated with Kohl's. Yeah, Kohl's will still work for ungating. What's the best category to sell? So anything sells. The best place to start for you is if you have any like personal interests, start there. So maybe you're curious about or you're into makeup or something like that, or maybe you're you come from the sneaker world, so like how to get cheap shoes and that kind of thing, right? So start with anything you have like personal interest in. If you don't have any like certain niche that you already know a little bit about, then you'll just start diving into storefronts and it's called reverse sourcing. and that'll teach you like what other people are already having success on. Because at the end of the day, like the products you sell don't really matter. You're just buying like good data. Killing it with Walmart. Awesome. Yeah. I've been doing some Walmart lately too. It's been it's fun. Making way less money on Walmart right now, but every sale feels way more fun. It's just like a new it's been like a new thing to learn. It's fun. Making a few sales a day on Walmart right now. What software do you use for inventory? Yeah, Chris. So that's where you'll use Boxum to manage your inventory, create shipments, all that kind of stuff. Can FBM sellers compete with FBA sellers? Yeah, absolutely. So Manuel, look at the buy box rotation on SellerAmp, sort by type, where it'll say FBM or FBA, and then as long as you see like nice rotation from those sellers going back and forth, then that will be a good sign that you can FBM that listing. A lot of listings are very FBM friendly right now. Walmart's like the Wild West. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's probably what Amazon felt like 10 years ago. There's lots of weird stuff that goes on. There's not quite as many customers. Things can be kind of annoying. I know, like listing items. Sometimes I'll try to list the same item on Walmart like 8 times, and then I'll do the same thing 8 times, and that finally works for some reason. But yeah, lots of money to be made everywhere right now. How problematic are returns? Not as long as you're sourcing with good profit metrics in mind, so you can afford if somebody returns it. And then if you ever have like super high return products, so like for example, I don't sell any expensive electronics because that's one of the highest return rate categories on Amazon, and it's really hard to resell a product that somebody like opened and didn't use in the electronics category. If you're worried about it, start selling like groceries or vitamins, things that very rarely get returned or can't even get returned. Sweet. How much money do you need to start up? So I had about $1,500 when I was getting started. Yeah. Sweet. So Amazon's not on most of the buy box you can hop on. Yeah, Key. So yeah, for sure. Broke 55-year-old carpenter, need to do something different. Yeah, Van. Just hop into. I got tons of free resources in the description in the bio for you. Just kind of start learning for free. Watch a couple hours of content and then just buy some products. See how it goes for you. Best way to learn is just kind of hands-on experience after you learn the basics from a lot of the free content that I put out for you. Yeah, Vixen. So I shoot for about 10% margin because I have a team that buys and sources all the inventory for me. And then I also have a team that ships it all out for me. So I'm very happy to take lower margins than some other Amazon sellers might be happy with, because I spend like 30 minutes a day on the business basically. How much in monthly sales do you suggest to get into Walmart? I would honestly just open the account now, Joel. You might as well. That way, if you have any issues with like new products or anything like that you're sending, you can always sell them on Walmart as like a backup plan. True that selling consumables is not permitted. No, you definitely can. So it just has to be like a bundle that is something that the manufacturer sells basically. So the big thing is like you can't sell a bundle of, I don't know, like a Pepsi and a Coke, for example, because it's from different manufacturers. If it's from the same manufacturer, you can still sell the bundle. Yeah. Let's see. Payments have been negative for the past couple weeks. So you probably just haven't sold. You're either not selling too much and you've shipped out a bunch of inventory or something like that. Or you need to look at the transaction view and you can see by item what is getting charged to your account, and when you make a sale, what are you actually making on that. So I would open up the details on that for sure. Do you resell known brands? Yeah, Chris. So I just resell big brands that people already buying basically. Sweet. If you had to have a 9-to-5 job and personal doesn't matter, I'm not sure. I don't know if I never really needed a normal 9-to-5 job. Just been doing this for a while, so not sure. Probably something marketing related. I also technically have an economics degree and learned Chinese for a while, so maybe some like international economics type job. That'd be fun. Hopefully never need to to go down that route. Actually definitely never going to need to go down that route. One big thing to think about when you guys are like thinking about starting businesses is basically no business idea is going to last for 25, 50 years kind of thing. But the skills that you learn from something that you start now is going to apply to anything that you end up doing in the future. Like the connections you make, the skills you learn, all that kind of stuff. That's the super valuable part. It's not just about making money right now. What point you start getting a VA? So for me, I got a VA when I was selling about $20,000 to $30,000 a month, and I just was like running out of time. Just kind of like just running out of time. Had plenty of money to spend, Yeah, just needed some help spending the money basically. What's the best way to start on Amazon when you're limited in funds? So if you're super limited in funds, sell used books. Go to like thrift stores, look at your bookshelf, that kind of thing. Once you have $1,000 to $2,000, then yeah, once you have like $1,000 to $2,000, then jump into arbitrage for sure. Language is great. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that, Ari. That'd be fun. It would take me some brushing up on my Chinese to get back into a business conversation. But I did learn Chinese for 4.5 years. So very rusty on it there, unfortunately. How to sell dangerous hazmat goods. Yeah, so you will apply to sell those. Go to like Seller Central, search like hazmat, and there'll be like an application form that pops up. And then sell something that has hazmat via FBM, like a perfume or something like that. As soon as you do, you'll get bumped up the FBA waitlist. Hold your inventory till peak Q4. When should you start holding? Roughly starting to see offer count dropping on a lot of ASINs. Sweet. Yeah. So if you're seeing the offer count dropping on your products, where you're kind of holding out for pricing, then keep holding. The products where it maybe is continuing to go up or sales rank is higher than it was last year, there might be just less demand this year, then I would start thinking about lowering some prices on those. But it's not really time to lower prices on much yet. I would say take a look at especially anything where the offer count's dropping. Maybe even consider raising prices on stuff where the offer count's already dropping. If you sell, what's your cut? Yeah, so a typical breakdown on Amazon is, let's say you sell $10 in product. $5 of that is going to be like your cost of goods sold. So you probably spent $5 to sell $10 in revenue. Another $3 of those dollars, $3 to $3.50, is going to go to Amazon fees, pick pack fees, all that kind of thing, shipping, all that good stuff. And then the last 15 to 20% is going to go into your pocket. And out of that is going to be, any prep center fees or employees that you pay, all the like random miscellaneous costs, basically. Yeah, I got you, Gene. Good to see you, man. What kind of permission do you have to get to sell used books? So yeah, you can sell used stuff right off the bat. It's like why it's so beginner friendly. Running into cash flow problems, decided to start FBM. Yeah, exactly, Manuel. Yeah. So as far as cash flow, FBM is great. This time of year, it's like the best it'll pretty much be all year. Like you're talking like you might have to price below FBA, so you don't really have to do too much of that this time of year. Just look at the buy box stats and you'll kind of see you'll see what's going on. Selling and buying on Chinese apps. Not sure what you mean. Yeah, not sure what you mean. Sweet. Can you pay my tuition? If I was swimming in, if I had Bezos bucks, then I'd probably be sitting on TikTok live paying tuition. That would be fun, but got to set up me and my family first. Feel like that's what I'd be doing if I was a billionaire or something like that. Like surely at some point you have more fun just like giving away a bunch of money. Are you holding products? Not really. Some people they'll like buy stuff that goes up in price every back to school or every Christmas, that kind of thing. But especially as a beginner, there's no reason to speculate on stuff that's going to go up in price when there's tons of items that you can buy right now that are already profitable, basically. A lot of people buy like toys that they expect to go way up in value, basically. Yeah, about 10% is what I shoot for. You thought that was like a big gotcha, huh? Based on the question. Yeah, I shoot for about 10%. People who do a lot more of the work, I have most of it outsourced, are probably closer to 15 to 20. So you don't hold products. So sorry. So like, I thought you meant like buying and sitting on products for like a really long time. What you'll do is you'll buy it and then you'll ship it off to Amazon, right? So you do have to hold products at some point, but I'm not necessarily like buying something and sitting on it for 6 months. Like some people will do that. For the most part, I'm just buying it, shipping it off to Amazon, and then immediately making the sales on that stuff. So yeah, I'll own it. I own products for an average of 2 to 4 weeks, basically. Yeah, I mean, if you just want to be skeptical. This probably isn't for you, Patel, but I help people and I make content, that kind of thing. One, because it's fun. I've made a lot of friends through it. It's fun to see literally like thousands of people make money off of like free content that I've put out. You can, search my name on social media. You'll see lots of people that are finding success. And then selfishly, I own SellerAmp and Boxem, which are the two best softwares for Amazon sellers. So the better I am at teaching you how to be an Amazon seller for free for the long run and make money for a long time, the longer you keep the subscription to our software. And I think that's a much bigger win-win than people who are trying to sell you like a $5,000 course or some BS like that. Yeah, since we have the best tools for the job, as long as I'm good at keeping you good at Amazon for a long time, then we both win. What do you think about TikTok Shop? Yeah, TikTok Shop seems great. Yeah. I haven't really sold too much on there because there's a lot of opportunity on Amazon, but the big thing, like just find a way that you like making money, to be honest, right? Like I'm not gonna be the guy that sits on here and says like, this is the only way to make money. This is the best way, like all that kind of thing, right? I think for me, selling products on Amazon has been the best way. But if you like, trying to make some viral videos and, doing TikTok affiliate or trying to, pump out a product through TikTok Shop and that seems fun to you, then do that too. Yeah. There's no perfect way to make money online. Everything is hard. It's just kind of choose the difficult money kind of way to make money that you can see yourself sticking with. Why RA over FBA? So those are different things. So like retail arbitrage is a business model. FBA is just like how you sell products on Amazon. So I've done like you can do RA and FBA at the same time. Like you kind of have to. Would think buying toys after Christmas would still be profitable? Yeah, it definitely can be, Carl. They're probably not going to sell as fast after Christmas, but people are buying toys year round, right? It's not just like not just a Christmas thing and people buy toys. Sweet. Where do you get the product? So big name brand websites. Amazon sellers is a scam. Okay, yeah, cool. People have been saying that for about 6 years now. And I don't think it is for me, but if it is for you, then you do you. Let's see. Used books still a good side hustle? Yeah, it's a good way to start for really cheap because you just go out to thrift store, that kind of thing, and buy them for $1 or $2 a piece. You're never going to build like a massive, multi-million-dollar business off of used books for the most part. There are a couple people who do, but it's like a insane amount of work basically. Why doesn't Amazon just buy the products themselves? So so about 60% of all sales on Amazon is from third-party sellers. So like people like you and I. Let me see. And then they actually do. They buy plenty of products and sell it on Amazon themselves, but they tend to make like 1 to 2% profit margin on their retail business. And it's just a way to bring people onto the platform so that third-party sellers can sell the more expensive things. And then they make money, like taking the fees from third-party sellers basically. Which as long as you're like good at business and that kind of thing, it's a good win-win. To get ungated, how many products do you have to purchase? 10, at least 10. Yeah, so you buy 10 from like a retail store, that kind of thing. Big wholesaler, whatever you can trust. Or whatever Amazon trusts already. Yeah. Do you only retail arbitrage? So I do a little bit of distributors, but mostly just buying from big websites. You have a product you wasn't able to sell on FBA. Yeah, you can shoot me a message, but yeah, as far as like if you're trying to sell something, like just look at the data on SellerAmp. It already shows you like how fast things sell, and then just buy stuff that people are already buying basically. Let's see. You get better at RS. I'm not sure what you mean by RS. Do you have to get products ungated before you send the products to Amazon? Let me see. Sorry, the chat's going crazy on two places here. Before you get ungated before you send to Amazon. Yeah. Like before you can list the product on Amazon at all, you have to get ungated. Oh, reverse sourcing. I got you. Yeah. So you want to get better at reverse sourcing. So the big thing, Manuel, is spend 5 or 10 minutes figuring out what's on sale before you dive into the stores of other sellers. And then as you're digging through, you're just going to naturally kind of remember like, oh, I remember, there was a big beauty sale at Walgreens. Here's a big list of beauty brands in this person's store. And then I just specifically focus on what I know is on sale as I'm diving through basically. Been dealing with Section 3 for a couple months. So damn, yeah. So I haven't seen anyone lose that as long as they're buying from like legit retailers. So worst case, you can talk to like a team that can help you out with. Like I use a company called Seller Basics for any like major account health issues I have. But for the most part, if you're having Section 3, they just want to make sure that you're not selling like fake stuff from China or something like that. So just grab all your invoices, the tracking info from those invoices. I'll take like any pictures I might have taken of the items as well. And yeah, Amazon is losing your shipments. Yeah, so if they're losing products that you shipped in, you'll just upload your invoices that prove that you bought it with like the tracking proof that that shows that it actually showed up at your house and stuff, and then you'll get reimbursed for it basically. Let's see, how many items are you shipping per month to make 5 to 10K profit per month? Average. Yeah, so it's going to completely depend as far as like how many items you're selling to reach a certain profit point. A better way of looking at it is how much you need to spend. So let's say you're talking about let's just for the clean numbers. Let's say you want to make $10,000 a month in profit. Typical ROI is like 30% or so. So you're going to have spent $30,000 on the inventory to make 10,000, right? You take that home, you got 40, you do it again, and then next month it makes you 13 kind of thing, right? Yeah, if you're asking about like as far as like cash flow cycles, you'll usually get 6 turns of your money per year with FBA, maybe a little bit less, and then you'll get 10 to 12 if you do FBM. Profit margin was almost non-existent. Yeah, I mean, if you sold a million, then you scaled up a little bit too fast without kind of actually understanding what you're making. So this year, make sure you're focused on every small way that you can boost your profit. So like cashback, discounted gift cards, coupons, those create the vast majority of the profit that my business makes. It's not just like selling for 10 here, selling for 20 on Amazon. Number one, those are a little bit too easy to find, and you can always squeeze extra profit out of products you're already finding. What's the biggest hump for new sellers to get over? So product sourcing is like the thing that's going to feel really hard for a while. And the only way to make it easier, the only way that product sourcing gets easier is just doing it, Joseph. Yeah. There's some tips and tricks that you can pick up watching a few hours of YouTube videos, learning for free, that kind of thing. But the biggest thing that will grow your business is, fortunately and unfortunately, is just spending more time on it, right? There's not really a magic bullet beyond just kind of getting more familiar with what products you like to sell, what brands you like to sell within those brands, like what types of products are good. You find one product here, and then you just like, all right, let me check out the other brands for a similar type of product to that, right? It's all about finding like similar opportunity. Can you sell large boxes of? Yeah, you can sell anything, Aaron. Yeah. I would encourage you to try SellerAmp for free. It'll show you like how fast everything sells, and then just start searching through some Amazon listings for a few minutes, and you'll get a feel for like what you have to buy things for to make a profit, and like how fast different products tend to sell. How are you getting ungated on products? Yeah, so I just buy from, for example, like VitaCost. We bought some profitable products there today. And then I'll submit that invoice from VitaCost to Amazon, and they'll accept that, and we'll be able to sell that big brand. So whatever like big retail website you're already buying from, you can use that to get ungated. Sweet. And then also there's a couple days left on the Boxum Black Friday sale. So the tool that you'll need to like make shipments and create FBM listings, track your profit, all that kind of stuff. It's on a Black Friday sale right now. So you guys make sure to lock in a free trial of Boxum before the Black Friday sale is over. You can go to boxum.com/join. You can check that out there. That'll be kind of the tool that you need to like power the back end of your business. Oh, what's up? Appreciate it. I missed a $2 from you. Appreciate it. Shipped your first 2 orders. That's what's up. Now go on the things that just sold. Make sure that you have plenty of those still in stock, and then also see if you can go buy them at a different website. Maybe even pick them up locally if you need to get more that way and kind of get them super quickly. But yeah, try to use that opportunity now that you have those first 2 sales going in. See what like similar opportunities. See what you can restock based on that. And yeah, congrats. Here's to hope you get a lot more based on those first 2 sales. That's awesome. How soon is too soon to start using a prep center? Oh, I would do it right now, Joseph. Then yeah, it's kind of tricky to yeah. If you got a baby and a toddler in a 1-bedroom apartment in New York, then I would probably get a prep center. Yeah, you can get one in a sales tax free state too. So you might actually save money compared to like shipping to you. Yeah, thanks again, man. Congrats on the first 2 sales there. That's awesome. Let's see. Suggest to set up LLC for your business. For me, I was like a few months in. Talk to a like a CPA and lawyer on that kind of thing. Just because it can be different for everybody. Like I didn't really have any assets or anything like that to protect when I was getting started. I was just like a broke college kid, but it might be a different decision for you. Don't know your personal situation there. Sweet. Probably gonna go ahead and wrap up here. If you guys want more free resources to learn how to do all this, up in my bio or in the description if you guys are on YouTube. I have a full free course for you. Lots of like downloadable guides, that kind of thing. Basically tons of free resources for you. There's no reason to go out and spend a whole bunch of money. So take advantage of all the free resources we have for you. And then we also have the Box 'em Up Black Friday sale going on. That'll be going for like another day or 2 here. So make sure you lock in the Black Friday pricing on Box 'em. It's how you like create shipments, track your profit, create FBM listings, all the like back end tasks after you have a profitable inventory. You want to have that pretty much from day one, so it's as fast as possible. You don't want to spend too much time on the boring back end stuff. So that's BOXEM. Make sure you guys take advantage of the Black Friday sale there. Lots of good questions today. I'll have to be sure to hop on the live here again very soon. But you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for